This video is about auto rotations, and by the end of it you're going to know where the name comes from and what exactly is involved with an auto rotation. These are really fun to do once you get more confidence with your instructor and more confidence with the machine. That just comes with time. I remember the first one I did because I didn't know what to expect, and they say you'll never forget your first one. I pictured it being like the peak of a roller coaster where you're going to drop and lose your stomach feeling kind of coming up into your throat, but it was nothing like that if you do it correctly. You'll likely climb to a higher altitude with your CFI because that way you're not going to get the ground rushing at you feeling, and that's where a lot of the adrenaline is coming from. When you're higher above the ground, you're less likely to notice how much descent or how much altitude you're losing. And the whole goal isn't to scare you, it's just to demonstrate that it can be done safely. They get better with repetition and you will get more comfortable doing them over time, like I mentioned. So your blades in the helicopter are like a parachute. If you can keep the blades moving, you can stay in flight. So normally, under normal powered engine conditions, the blades are turning and the wind is going downward. If you were to lose engine power and you no longer have the engine turning the blades, with gravity, the weight of the helicopter sinking fast enough, the wind direction switches and now it's moving upward. So under normal engine power, the wind is down. Under an auto rotation, the wind is moving upward through the blades, and that gravity of the helicopter going toward the earth and the wind moving upward is automatically turning the rotation of the blades, hence the auto rotation. If performed correctly, quickly, and instinctively, you can safely auto rotate to the ground and easily walk away from an engine failure. If you've ever seen one of those leaves, it's called a Samara leaf. It comes from a maple tree. If it falls to the ground, it spins. They call it a helicopter leaf or a whirlybird. But the weight of the seed is the gravity, kind of like the helicopter, and the gravity takes the seed to the ground, and the wind that it's traveling through is what makes it spin. It's a Samara leaf. I'll leave a link in the description below. It's very similar to what's happening in a helicopter. As I say, practice makes perfect, and that is the idea with an auto rotation. From your very first flight lesson, you're going to do an auto rotation. You might even do a couple of them. Every flight lesson after that, count on doing some autos. You're going to probably do those at the end of your lesson. They get much easier in time and eventually get more and more comfortable with it. They're pretty fun to do. Hopefully you'll practice so many autos that if and when it were to ever happen in a real emergency, you're able to hit your numbers, you're able to hit your spot, you can salvage the aircraft, and you can walk away from it with nothing but an adrenaline-filled story that you can tell your friends.